Hey everybody, hope you're all doing well. I know there hasn't been quite a lot of activity on this channel recently, but I am happy to report that I am finally home from vacation. Or rather, I have been home for vacation as of, wow, almost 1 week. That makes me that makes me very upset. I can't, dude. Progression of time, bros. Progression of time. Jeez Louise. Okay. Hope you're all doing well. The last time I made a update video, I want to say would be in. I don't know if I made one for June. Maybe in May. Maybe for May. Um, but in that time frame, I did the impossible. I actually posted a YouTube video on July 11th. Probably the largest undertaking I've ever had in terms of a video, and I'm happy to say that I'm astounded by the reaction, and I'm glad that the work that I put into it is looking to actually pay off. It is a whole thing to have basically full creative control over something, like every single aspect, especially because I was in control of the entire thing. I didn't like outsource editing, scripting, any of that. To be in complete and utter control of every single aspect of something, only to, you know, complete actually making it and then being like, okay, I made this thing. I think it's been good for the past 5 months, but none of that means anything if I post it because now it's not in my control anymore. And it was up to the people to decide that. I am very, very pleased with the response. It's everything I could have hoped for and more. And it's definitely a solid step in the future for the future of the channel. We crossed a 250,000 subscribers, which is just unfathomable to me. Such a huge amount of people, and it's. I guess the next step, obviously, is what's next. So for me personally, after writing, I believe it was 14,000 words. After rendering, I believe it's almost 1,000 flashback files, and essentially making a 2.5 hour movie, I guess you could say. I'm tired, boss. I need a break. I need a break, and I need to maybe try and switch things up a bit. Just for kind of my own sake, and also just kind of in the form of like experimentation, where it's like maybe, like I don't want to. I guess what I'm getting at is I don't want to change my content to stuff that now I have to script 16,000 words, 20,000 words, and just kind of like scope creeping myself to the point that I'm always trying to outdo myself. And while it's definitely like an okay mindset to have, it's just like it's not very feasible. Like I would probably go insane if I try to match what I've been able to do in the past. I mean, I can certainly try, but I'm not going to hold myself to that standard because that's how you easily burn out in this kind of industry, I guess you could say. So, with that being said, in terms of the next steps forward, I did have a couple of ideas. The first would be this mod pack called Fathoms. Um, it's basically, if you guys play Dredge, it's basically that, like exploration and, of course, fishing. Unsurprisingly, of course. But a lot of, like, I've been thinking about kind of Minecraft content as a whole and trying to understand, like, why I watch the things that I do personally and why I try to create the things that I do. And one of the largest kind of understandings I've come is the idea of the unknown, I guess you could say. Like, the thing is with Rift events, with Minecraft Civ events as a whole, and the way that they do things there is this team of people is able to specially curate and create this basically entire new experience within Minecraft where you have pretty much a small idea on what you could potentially be getting into, but not like a huge understanding of what you're getting into, right? Like Ruinous Sands, like you're able to watch like the trailer or whatever, but it's like you're never going to expect to find the things that you do. You're never going to expect how, like, the way that Minecraft functions as a whole all of a sudden now, like maybe the progression's a little bit different, and Like, you know, there's these different mobs you have no idea even exist. And I think that's what makes it so special. Because, like, anybody can open up a single player world, and there's not going to be a lot of stuff that's going to take you off guard, if anything, right? Like, you understand what you're getting into. Like, if I open up a horror mod right now, I'm going to get, you know, I'm going to get jump scared or whatever. I guess it's basically more so, for the lack of a better term, the journey in order to get to said jump scare. But Minecraft Civilization events, it's just like, it's, and the way Rift does it and the way they create their thing, their events, is like, it's such a huge degree of the unknown. And I feel like that's what's so captivating about it. I guess, for the lack of a better term. Like, you guys are, you, the viewer, are discovering things as I discover them. Like we're doing things together pretty much, in a way. And I think that's what kind of elevates that experience, because you can click on the video, but you don't know what you're going to get. And that, I believe, at its core, is what I want to try and do with Minecraft. And I think Fathoms would be a good step in that direction. Hold on a second. There, yeah, we should be good. Yep. Yeah, Fathoms would be a great step in that direction. Going forward, again, I do have a certain announcement that I am going to be teasing on the 3rd, and I'm going to have the actual announcement on the 7th, which I'm beyond excited about. So that's going to be its whole thing. I'm very excited to see what I have in store for you guys. But in terms of, like, actual content, again, like, I want to try and take things easy. The idea is, for me, looking at this purely at a monetary standpoint, right? I'm able to see the money that I made from Tropical, and I'm like, wow, that is a lot of money. I'm able to see the money that I made from the Ruinous Sands video, which is basically an entire hour longer, and I'm like, wow, that is a lot of money, right? So the next obvious question is, how can I make things longer and enjoyable, and how much more money, I guess, could be made because of that, right? Basically, what I'm getting at is potentially doing something like a long play, where I play the entirety of Fathoms off camera. You know, I just put some, albeit copyright-free jazz in the background occasionally, maybe a few vaporwave tracks perhaps, and then, like, I just talk about things, kind of like my first fishing video, where I fished with a randomizer, right? Like, what if I just did that, and then all of a sudden it's like a 4 hours and 40 minutes. I mean, there's a marginal amount of editing, nothing like to the degree of Tropical, nothing to the degree of Ruinous Sands, and definitely not a 15,000 word script, right? But if I'm able to play through that and just post it, like, I'm imagining, like, I just posted at like 9 a.m. on a Monday. I'm like, I know you guys are employed, I know you're clocking in right now, why don't you just put this in on the background, you know, something like that. Is that where the money's at? Who knows? But it's more so, not only did I want to experiment with that kind of thing, but it's also, for me, it's what I need to do mentally, because it's, doing Tropical again is going to be impossible. Doing something to the degree of Ruinous maybe is possible, but I need to not do that. I need to not have to script. I need to not have to put some massive plot twist at the end, or like some underlying theme, or like different literary devices. You know, I need to just chill the freak out, at least for a little bit. You know, Brave Red World, whenever that's hosted, you know, I'll be around for it. Hopefully I can get off for it. You know, who knows? Ideally, in a perfect world. But, you know, in the meantime, while I have the Fathoms thing that eventually one day I'll start working on, I would like, again, for like probably the 5th time total, I would like to start posting on the second channel a bit more. I know I've talked about a lot the absolutely impossible backlog of videos, or streams rather, that I have to post here. All the way back to like the Tropical Boss Rush, which was like in January, to just one-off streams from like last April of like 2025. That's a lot of content that I could be, pumping stuff out 2 days a week. I think that could be cool. I think it could be real cool. Tomodachi Life as well. I'm hoping to get back into streaming and, of course, continue that series because Tomodachi Life is a series I hold very dear to me. The game itself. As for the people on my island, I'm not too sure if I hold them as dearly, but that's whatever. But yeah, I'm hoping for the best. Just gonna probably chill out for a month or so, and just keep workshopping some stuff. And I can't wait to see what you guys have, what I have in store for you. I'm sure you guys have some pretty cool stuff as well. But all right, well, I'm talking a little bit more than I needed to, so I think I will just call it here. And I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll catch y'all when I catch y'all. All right, GG's, y'all. GG's.